Hi everyone, so let's wash, prep, and dry this chicken while I share with you some of the things I learned from Matthew chapter 2, verse 1 to the end. But before then, let me hear from you. Are you eating live chicken or eating frozen chicken? Let me know in the comment section. In the book of Matthew, I learned some profound lessons about we humans trusting in God, right? By the way, I'm kind of doing a study series on Matthew. I want to study the book of Matthew from the beginning to the end. So I'm going to be sharing some of the lessons that I'm learning from the book of Matthew with us as I put out my cooking content here, and I hope you enjoy my content and we ride along. So let's get started, right? So in the book of Matthew chapter 2, the Bible made us to understand that when Jesus was born, a star appeared to three wise men and began to lead them to where Jesus was born, right? And while they were going, they went to King Herod, and they say they want to know where the king is born, right? And God began to speak to me concerning that chapter. Before these people went to humans to go and seek direction, they already had a star, which was the leading of God. They already had a star that was leading them to where the king was born. But because they didn't trust God enough, they left the direction of God and went to seek direction from a man. And that singular mistake almost ruined the purpose of God for the salvation of mankind. So the Bible made us to understand that these people went to Herod to seek for direction as to where the king was born. And they didn't know that Herod had other intentions concerning Jesus Christ. So he told them that when they go and find the place where the king is born, they should come back and tell him so that he too can go and worship the king. Now, the Bible makes us to understand that after they left Herod's palace and they were going, the star began to give them direction again, which shows that God is ever ready to, help us. God is ever ready to guide us, to direct us. But the question is, are we willing to allow God direct us? Are we willing to allow God lead us? Are we willing to allow God, help us? Most of the time we are not willing to allow God help us. We don't trust God enough to trust him to help us or to lead us. We go in search for guidance and direction from men, and most of the time those men don't have good intention towards us. So the Bible made us to understand that they star led them to where the king was born, and after they worshiped Jesus in the dream, God told them that they should not go back to Herod, but they should follow another route. Now, these people woke up the next day and they obeyed God, and that single act of obedience was what's helping, making the purposes of God to be achieved. If they had disobeyed God and said, what is this? Shebi the man just want to come and greet, they would have committed a very big spiritual error, right? This is why the Bible tells us that obedience is better than sacrifice. Most of the time, the instructions of God sound stupid to we humans, right? But when we trust God enough to obey him, we begin to realize that, oh, this is why. Oh, I didn't obey God, this would have gone wrong, and all of that. So we just need to learn to trust God and learn to obey God. If the three wise men didn't trust God enough and didn't obey God enough, a lot of things would have gone wrong with the plans and the purposes of God for the salvation of mankind. But the reason why, even despite the fact that they made mistakes by going to Herod in the first place, things still went the way God wanted it to go, was because they trusted God. So I hope you are able to pick one or two things from what I've shared with you. Basically, the lesson here is that we need to learn to trust God. We need to learn to obey God. We need to learn to believe in God every step of the way. And as we do so, God will bless us in Jesus' name. Stay blessed. And I hope you enjoy my video. If you enjoy my video, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.